Alright, so welcome back to the channel and thank you for pressing play on this one. So I'm going to answer a question here that I had a comment on YouTube. Was it YouTube or it might have been Instagram? Can't remember. I do so many of these different things. And it was about how I did this lesson on taking the club away and keeping the club head outside the hands on the takeaway and allowing the club to come back in and then under. So you're going up to under. And somebody said, oh yeah, Malaska golf, it contradicts itself, okay? It's, 1 minute it wants you to go steep, next minute it wants you to come shallow. Not necessarily so. It's all about using and utilizing momentum correctly, all right? And it's really important you understand that. So as the club head goes back, and I want it to stay outside the hands, there is a point when it will go over the hands, okay? The club head will go over the hands, and then from here, it will then start to go down. Now, momentum wants it to go back this way and it wants it to go shallow. All right, well, we don't want to go shallow because then we're going to have the club head trailing behind us, and then we're going to have to make a correction in order to square the blade up, which means rolling of the wrists through. All right, we don't want that. So yes, so this is what really happens. We're trying to redirect the momentum. We want to redirect it so the club head can swing on its natural arc. At some point, the club head has to come back again over the hands in order to square the blade up. And if I can do that action, then I've got it right. Now, Jack Nicklaus did it. He used to talk about releasing the clubs from the top of the swing. Now, he didn't mean releasing the wrists, okay, and allowing them to go. He meant about releasing it from dropping behind him and pushing it back out in front of him. So this sort of action here. So you want to feel this sort of motion where the club head comes back again over the hands. It will feel that way. It doesn't actually happen because once you add in speed and body motion, it probably falls in line on the downswing. But that's really what happened. That was the question that we got. So just to sort of talk it through, what happens really, what we were trying to feel, and this is all to do with weight and momentum of the club, is as I go back, yes, it stays outside my hands and I hinge the wrists and the club comes to here. And then at some point my right arm starts to rotate in its shoulder socket. And this is what then tips the club over my hands. So the club head will go over my hands, and then it will want to carry there, but I've got to redirect that momentum. I don't want it to go back behind me like so. I'm going to then redirect it by pulling the club back this way and forcing the momentum to come back out in front of me, okay, to swing around me. So if I can go from here, I'm going to feel, the feeling I get is that I pull the handle down and stand the club up on the downswing, all right? That's the feeling I get, but when I add in movement and so on, I'll probably end up about here somewhere, which is probably about right. But that's really what you want to be feeling. So go back over the hands. I don't want it to go over here, so I'm going to pull it back down and hit through. And I'm going to keep the club head out in front of me as opposed to getting caught behind me. All right, and that's really important. So I hope that clears that up. But that's the sort of feeling I want to get. So I'm going to go up and under. I really feel like I'm here. I'm pulling it as soon as I possibly can to get over. But I think somebody called it the Malaska Move. He'll probably argue that and say that it's not the Malaska Move. It was Joe Nichols who taught him that. And it's about, we do a drill called the 3 corners drill, where you've got like T-peg here and a T-peg over here. And what you're trying to do is get the butt of the club to point at the T-peg on the backswing up and repoint it down on the downswing. And then on the forward swing, I'm going to point it down here. So it's this feeling of tipping the club out, as we would say. It feels like I'm doing that when I swing down. That's what it feels like. But I'm redirecting the momentum. It's a speed producer because I'm pushing it away. And it'll actually encourage me, if I do this, to push my hips away from the ball as I swing through. So it's a speed producer. But that's really what we want you to be doing as I swing through. I really feel like I'm pulling it this way round. It feels odd, but it works, and it feels like the club swings through quite effortlessly. So practice that. I hope that answers it. If you have any questions about it, please comment below. But just go back and through. It really stabilizes the club face for me when I do this. All right. So if you have any questions about that, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on this. But if you want to know more about it, I can happily do videos on it again. So please let me know, and thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.